In the Learn Something New section of Unit 6, we created a shelf object called Books that currently contains just one book, Huckleberry Finn. Here in Program 2, we'll add a second book, Pride and Prejudice. We'll be using the shelf module, so we start by importing it. Our next step will be to collect the lines in Pride and Prejudice. Once we have them, we'd like to store them as the value of the appropriate key inside the shelf object. Let's write that code first. We connect to an existing shelf object in exactly the same way that we originally created it. We need a name for the object. I'll call it shelf. We need to remember to close the object when we're done with it. It's good policy always to write close immediately after writing open so that you don't forget. Once we have the object, we have only one simple piece of work to do with it. We'd like to store a new item under the key Pride and Prejudice. We'll assume that we've already created a list of the lines in Pride and Prejudice and called it lines. Once we've done this, how will we know that it's been done correctly? Here's a quick test. After we close the shelf object, we'll reopen it. We'll look to see what's stored under the key Pride and Prejudice, and we'll call the result new lines. If things have worked correctly, new lines should be the lines from Pride and Prejudice. We'll check by printing just one of the lines. Now let's see how we can collect up the lines. We have at least 3 different approaches we can take. We'll look at them one by one. Of course, we need to start by opening up a connection to the file in the usual way. Then, one approach would be to start with an empty list. Go one by one through the lines in the book and add each one to the end of the list that already exists. Let's test this program to see if it works. This collects the lines. This sets them as the value associated with the key Pride and Prejudice in the shelf object, and this checks to make sure that the lines have been stored by printing out one of them. So far, so good. In Unit 6, though, we learned that this pattern, starting with an empty list and adding things one by one, can be written in a much nicer way using list comprehensions. Here's the list comprehension we want. Lines should be a list of lines. Each line should be one taken from the book. That's all there is to it. This does exactly the same as the last version. Let's check. Finally, in this case, we don't need even the list comprehension because we can use the file method, readLines, that was introduced in Unit 6. readLines does the whole job of reading through the file and giving us back a list of lines. Again, we can check to see that the program works. Note that these last 4 lines were our test. They're not part of the real program. So finally, here's our answer to Program 2 for Unit 6. Create a list of lines, store them, and we're done.